What's up, ladies? Hi, I'm so excited to be doing this little video series, a little trial, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I am going to be doing a weekly video on Tuesday answering your cues. So if you are in the Pleasure Posse Facebook group, then every week I'll be posting about some kind of topic, and then you can ask any relevant questions that are on top for you. Now, let's just get straight into it, I reckon. So the first question that I've received this week, which is all about libido, and the first question that I've got is from Tash, and it says, house hunting and libido is currently down. I'm realizing just how much energy and focus it takes us away from each other when we are trying to merge our families. We check in, have regular temple nights, and have no goal when we play. Still left feeling disconnected from myself and each other. Any other tips during this season for us? I love how you've called it a season, and it feels like you've already got so many tools and so much awareness about how to have a thriving relationship with a thriving sex life. And just the simple fact that you're referring to it as a season gives me the understanding that you know already that this time will pass. And within our sexuality, we do have seasons where we'll be up and we'll be down. So first of all, by simply acknowledging that it's a season and trusting that you're going to come out of it at some time and in some way is the first step. Not getting too in your head about it, getting wrapped up and spiraling down and out of control. Because when we start to think about the negatives so much, about the things that are wrong, they can start to magnify and intensify and become worse. So stick to that seasonal mindset and stay really positive about the future. Another thing that I wanted to suggest to you was actually finding new ways to connect that don't involve sex, because it sounds like you've got a lot going on. It sounds like you've both got a lot going on, especially with merging families, and that can really bring up a lot of energy, especially down here in like your lower chakras and in your sex center. So what would it feel like for you to actually not put sex away in the cupboard to never be looked at again, but to start finding other ways to have your needs for physical intimacy and connection met that don't necessarily involve penetrative sex? So it looks like, so you've got temple nights already. So it looks like those intimate acts that you can do with each other that make each other feel really seen, really supported, and really, really held. Practicing things like soft sex, where, for example, you might actually just lay naked next to each other and have your genitals touching, but it's not about him having an erection and like being inside of you physically. It's actually just about being next to each other, being close to each other, and completely eliminating the goal for it to be anything other than being together in that moment, and starting to really enjoy that kind of intimacy and connecting in those kinds of ways, and continuing to alleviate the pressure, because it's the pressure and then the kind of negative spiraling that digs the hole even deeper and deeper and deeper. So that would be my little 2 cents for you. Next question is from Vic, and she says, if my partner is experiencing low libido and seems uninterested in sex, how do I protect myself from feeling rejected? I love so deeply this question. So in relationship, like sex is the glue that binds us, but at the same time, there is so much more that is important in a relationship that we need to nurture and nourish to have our love feel validified in a way. So often a lot of my clients and a lot of people in general can attach their self-worth and the level of love that's in their relationship and this like safety and security within the relationship to sex. And that is definitely a part of it, but it's about establishing deep love and trust with your partner without, when you are going through seasons of not having a lot of a lot of sex. So I also just want to like really acknowledge you for, you know, like trying to protect yourself from feeling rejected, because it is really real. And of course, we have needs to be physical with our partner and to be wanted and desired by our partner because we love them, and that's, you know, that's a big part of their relationship. And so that is really, that's a real need for you, and there's no need to completely put away this part of yourself that longs for and desires her man to want her. So it's a little bit of a two-edged sword, and it's almost like contradicting itself, because on one hand you want to be able to really establish love and trust in your relationship without the dependency on the sex side of it, but then there's also that real honoring of your needs for physical intimacy, love, and connection. And so what would the communication look like between the two of you if you were to ask him, you know, I'm really needing to feel desired and loved and wanted in this relationship, even though you are not in a sexual, physical mood at the moment? Is there any other way that we can still stoke the embers of our physical intimacy, but without the pressure of having sex? And so what are some other ways that he can make you feel loved and make you feel wanted and make you feel desired without, you know, without it necessarily being sexual at this point? So, you know, really giving him the understanding and the compassion and the empathy for where he's at, and not putting pressure on him, but then also standing up for your needs in the relationship and seeing where in that negotiation you can meet each other. And then, of course, there's the other part of it, which is like really practicing and pumping your self-love muscles like a fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger like queen, because in these times we can get into a almost subconsciously like wanting and needing our partner to affirm us in a certain way. And so what a really beautiful practice can be is to simply come back into ourselves, come back into our powers, like practice things like breast massage and, you know, being our own source of pleasure and love and power, and continue to work on ourselves and filling our own cup. Now, it's completely ridiculous to expect that we can like self-love ourselves to the point of not needing it from another person, but just a gentle reminder to continue to do all of those practices that are going to make you magnetic and radiant, and he is going to be inspired by that, and he is going to see you in all of this juice. And you know what, maybe that might just change a little bit of how he's feeling as well. So I hope that helps. Okay, the next question is from Jane. My libido has almost completely disappeared and I don't know why. I fall into bed every night shattered and in pain from my autoimmune arthritis and fractured ankle, and just don't feel like having intimacy. Not just sex, but groping, touching, etc. I just think, oh, I would enjoy that, but I need some sleep. How can I get past this? Sounds like you don't need to get past that. Sounds like you actually just need to rest and restore. Like, it sounds like you are feeling really, you know, overwhelmed with everything that's going on in your body and everything that's going on in your life. And what I actually want to encourage you to do is practice rest and compassion. It's totally okay to stop having sex sometimes, and not put pressure on yourself to be performing when you really do just want to sleep. So if you've got, you know, autoimmune issues and you've got arthritis and things like that, like I would really focus on, you know, focus on other parts of self-love that perhaps are less sex centric, like, you know, working on your diet and to like cure your autoimmune issues, and like, you know, really going down that path of, you know, radical self-love, which inevitably will spark a sensual flame within you. Because ladies, I'm telling you, like the best aphrodisiac in the freaking world is self-love and how we treat ourselves. And I'm not talking manicures, I'm not talking like bubble baths, I'm talking about the decisions that we make every single day that are right for us. And sometimes they can be challenging, and sometimes they can be uncomfortable, and sometimes they can really push us outside of our comfort zones. And so yeah, Jane, what I'm really hearing from you is that you're just like actually feeling really like douche. I've got all of this stuff going on and I can't have, my libido's in the floor, like what's going on? Like, I reckon just give yourself so much love and compassion and space to heal and come back into yourself, come back into your radiance, and then let your sexual and sensual fire come out of you from this place of overflow, not really kind of grabbing at it and wondering where it is as you're sort of like falling down this or spiraling down this little hole of like beating yourself up. So yeah, give yourself the space, rest as much as possible, and focus on healing. And then your sexuality and your spark and your fire will start to burn again. And in the meantime, just like throughout your day to day, when you're going through your life, instead of completely shutting down your connection to your yoni or to your sex center or to feeling any kind of pleasure, take it away from your genitals and like actually just enjoy the pleasure that's available to you in every moment. So you're not just doing the dishes, okay? You're feeling every single bubble popping on your skin. You're not just having a shower in the morning, but you're feeling the warm water like just wrapping around your skin. And start to pay more attention to those moments, because we all have showers in the morning. It doesn't matter how busy or how full our lives are, but just try and bring your attention to the pleasure that is available to you in the moment. And by doing that, you will be stoking the embers of your turn on and making it less sex centric. So it's like, I might not be having sex, but I'm still feeling good and I'm still experiencing pleasure and I'm still feeling turned on and I'm doing the best that I can. So that's it from me, guys. I'll be back next week with another video, and I'll post in the group some topics that we can discuss. So thank you so much for listening and have a fabulous